Hey guys, and welcome back to Deku Tarot and to your weekly tarot and astrology for April 6th through the 12th of 2020. Stick around at the end for some big announcements in terms of price cuts for all my readings, how to get 30% off of astrology, natal charts, compatibility charts through this amazing site called Truly Divine. So stick around at the end for that. And again, both of that information will always be in my description box below this video. Do stick around also for a giveaway information at the end, as well as some other big announcements. So stick around, guys. We're going to go over the astrology first, and then we're going to get into your specific outlook for your sign for the week ahead, okay? So we got some big stuff this week, and if you guys haven't, do make sure to check out your monthlies. I've been finding that the weeklies are really lending to the monthlies that I did for April 2020. So do check those out. Those are all up. And do be sure to, especially to check out your weeklies for your rising sign first, then your sun and your moon. Rising sign does rule your whole chart, and I find that that really slaps for a good outlook, especially energy-wise and how things are coming across to you for your week and month ahead. So let's start off with April 6th, Monday here. We have the moon void. It's moving from Virgo into Libra. And this week, I do want to say just outright, it is Aries season in full swing. So here we have the moon kind of bringing in some harmony here. Well, actually, it will be in general in harmony with a lot of planets. So there's going to be a lot of natural expression with yourself and with others today. There's going to be a lot of taking account, into the opposite side as the moon moves into Libra. And you're going to be very focused on resolving issues diplomatically, fairly, bringing about balance, peace, and harmony. Tuesday, we have some big stuff going on. We have the full moon in Libra. And Libra is all, about relationships, about balance, about harmony. So it's bringing in a lot of clarity about relationships, a lot of harmony and connections. Okay, so any type of connections, again, that have been dancing around each other, weird situations even from last September, or even beyond that, especially with all the, eclipses, go back to those eclipses. If you've been dancing around a partnership, a person, a love situation since then, you're going to find that that could be coming up for that definitive moment, that big oomph moment here. So we might be reaching pinnacles within relationships in terms of seeing where they're headed, where they're going. Big moments could happen. Couples that are already together may start more enjoyable projects to work on together. And you need to start looking again at how do you feel when you're together versus apart. You don't want to be using relationships to define yourself or to avoid being alone. So let's see what else is going on here. Also, we have Mars and Aquarius on the same day here, squaring Uranus and Taurus. This is big news because this really only happens twice every other year. And Uranus and Taurus is big, and Mars and Aquarius is also big because they're both fixed signs and they're both very stubborn signs. People that say that Aquarians aren't stubborn, you're wrong. Aquarians might be, in my opinion, more stubborn than Taurus is, in my personal knowledge and experience with them as a Taurus, and having other people say that too. It's they're kind of secretly very stubborn. So there's a really stubborn and intense, very combustible squaring here. So it could be very disruptive. Tempers might even pop off here, and it's going to be happening because our ideologies and our egos are going to be clashing again with these two fixed signs. So it's going to force you to be like, you know what, it's time to stand up for what I want. It's time for me to stand up for ourselves, especially if you've been putting off with it, okay? Putting that off. So steer clear of any people and situations that will explode. Keep a cool head, okay? Friday, April 10th is another pretty interesting thing and pretty nice thing actually going on, especially for all this other really Aries energy, with the sun in Aries and being in Aries season. We have Mercury also moving into Aries here. So there's a lot of expressive, quick-witted, speedy speech here. We're going to be more drawn to, saying one-liners rather than going into a whole soliloquy of, everything and, maybe even like writing out an essay to explain things. People are going to have short attention spans. Keep it short. Pay attention to what people are saying, because if they have to repeat themselves, you might find that suddenly you're in an argument, okay? Because there's a lot of argumentative energy within this, within Mercury and Aries here. So if you don't want to burn down any major bridges, keep your argumentative side in check. So, in terms of astrology, that's pretty much what's going on here. We might do a separate video for the full moon in Libra, not Libra. So check that out as well. All right, so let's get into the tarot reading for the week. All right, Virgo. So let's get into your weekly tarot outlook here, April 6th to the 12th. We're using the, I almost say Gustav Klimt, the Game of Thrones tarot here. We're using the Game of Thrones tarot. And we're going to see how this week plays out for you guys. Let's get your emotions and feelings. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Do check out your readings for your moon sign, especially this week with the full moon. And definitely your rising. And all the April monthlies are up, guys. Definitely check those out, okay? Especially if you resonate with this reading. All right. Ooh. Love and relationship for Virgo this week. Oh, your cards are coming right out. I'm liking it, actually. This is a really nice read. Probably won't be that long, actually. Let's see if there's anything big happening this week. Major events, situations, things coming into Virgo's life they need to know about this week. It's all about perspective, I do want to say this week. Some of the cards that were really positive came out upright mostly, but kind of like turning. And when I get that, it's about perspective. There are really positive, wonderful things happening for you this week, and you need to keep your positive perspective. Emotionally, and how you're feeling is really full and good. And it might be due to this wonderful full moon in Libra. I don't know. It might be the happiness of Aries season. It might be that you guys are feeling pretty prepared for everything that's been happening. Virgos are known to be pretty prepared for anything. We're very organized and organized in our own way, in our own right. Let's not get crazy with it. Some of us aren't that organized, but in our minds we are, and we know where everything is, and we have everything, but it's just kind of messy, a little bit cluttered. Just the different types of Virgos. But Ace of Cups to me says that emotionally and how you're feeling, it's really good, really rejuvenated, really at peace this week. Ace of Cups is really all about the essence of the matters of the heart, beauty, joy, happiness, feeling emotionally fulfilled. So there's a lot of emotional fulfillment, a lot of happiness, depth of feeling this week, depth in terms of, you know, your happiness within relationships and your emotional connection to others. Let's see if there's anything else that wants to come out about that, because that's an ace. That's new beginnings also, possibly in terms of how you're feeling about things. Maybe even for a Capricorn or another earth sign I'm getting, you might be starting to fall in love with somebody. It could even be somebody that you work with, but there's a lot of real goodness here. Feeling really stable within a love relationship, within our feelings as well. Yeah, there's a lot of depth when you get the King of Cups under that. Maybe even a water sign is involved, maybe a Scorpio. But regardless, there's depth of feeling, there's emotional maturity and an understanding of our feelings that is truly deep and truly we're able to communicate really well this week in terms of that, especially more in the beginning of the week with all those planets kind of connecting in harmony with the moon there on Monday. It's going to be really easy to communicate, and especially with, again, the full moon in Libra, there's a balance, ease of communication and relationship and balancing things out, and ease in terms of how we express our emotions. I'm also getting for you guys specifically. With the Queen of Wands showing up in terms of love, there's a lot of stabilization there, stability, security. You're looking for something more secure, more balanced, somebody that you can, you know, it feels like tete-a-tete. I can never say that, right? So I'm not even going to try to. Someone that you have really good repertoire with, somebody that you can really speak your own language with. There's a lot of communication and abundance there. There's also a lot of security and fertility in this relationship. But again, if you're not meeting anybody, you don't really know anybody, you could be holding out for somebody that you know is coming in that's going to be really good. Queen of Coins doesn't rush to it. And they know, oh, and with the moon here, there's a lot of stabilization, love there. There's a lot with the Queen of Coins and the moon. There's a real stabilized feminine principle of energy here. A lot of security again, despite things maybe even having been confusing during eclipses, etc. This could be something that has been happening over eclipses and is finally reaching the pinnacle here with this full moon and on this Tuesday. So we could see some really stabilized relationships coming in, things that, again, we haven't been able to really pinpoint, really do anything with, things that have been kind of confusing and have brought up a lot of our fears and anxieties. But it's saying, you know, be patient. If you're waiting for somebody, be patient. And if you're waiting for the right relationship and you haven't been finding the right people, be patient. They will come in, but don't sell yourself short, is a message that I get. There's a lot of Venusian qualities here as well. A lot of sensuality, seduction through money, through physical touch, through food, water, wine, all those fun things. And work is really interesting here. In the middle of the week, you get the Two of Cups. Another very lovey cards. Let's look at that for a hot second here, because that's interesting. Eight of Spears. Yeah, you guys could be getting some, you guys could be getting some new offers, situations, a lot of opportunities, surprisingly enough, during this time when there isn't a lot of people taking on or, you know, giving out opportunity. But you guys are still keeping busy, it seems to me, also in terms of some new big, not investments, but offers. You could be getting some bigger offers for some bigger companies, people that are very set, people that have a lot of money to give, people that are very much like a big figure. For some of you guys, you could be working for big social media figures, actors, actresses, something big. But this is a really good opportunity. It might involve, you know, travel down the line, and right now it might not be a lot of travel, but there's a lot of opportunity coming in for you, and it's coming in very quickly. So keep your communication lines open, answer phone calls, answer emails, make sure you're checking them. You've got opportunity abound this week in terms of career, in terms of money, and you're really on top of it. Again, you feel very prepared, very ready for this whole situation. And what's important to remember this week, your major events, situations here, we get the Sun. Happiness, success, full bloom, things really getting to that point of celebration. When the Sun shows up, I mean, it's all happiness and warmth. It's all sincerity. It's all peace. It feels very good. There's success here. I mean, there we see the dragons in the sunshine in a garden. They are not hindered by anything. They're just happy, joyful, and in their, you know, most powerful state. So there's a lot that we could be celebrating this week. This is a good week for you guys. Enjoy the wonderful positive energy. Let's pull a Lindsay Andrews deck card here. I don't want to get too deep into something that feels so good. Just don't let your anxieties, your worries, your fears get to you. You're emotionally more capable this week. So prove it. Prove that you aren't going to let the little things bother you, irk you, irritate you, make you crazy. Okay? Let's get a Lindsay Andrews card for advice and guidance. Messages for Virgos for this week. Ooh, we get time. What is time that it has such power to change all that exists back into dust? What is the unseen force like the wind that can shape the land in our lives? Learn to play with time. Time is surreal, like fish swimming in treetops. A person of power knows how to arrange time. Put on your watch and be aware of the time at which you do everything. Watch the sun, the moon, the transit of the stars. Find out the time that Venus is lowest in the sky before dawn. Be aware of your cycles, when you get hungry, when you sleep. Our society is obsessed with time, so now become time. If you're obsessed with something, it is better to explore it than to deny it. Then it is possible to give up your obsession and let a concept like time take its proper place in your life. Your power depends on your use of time. Interesting, right? Perfect message for you guys. Let's just leave it right there. If you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about a giveaway that I'm doing right now. Let's start off with the giveaway. So all you have to do is share a video on social media, screenshot it, and email it to me before April 13th, or book a reading before April 13th. And again, I'm taking 20% off of all of my readings right now. All the booking information is always in the description box below. So again, to enter this contest, all you have to do is screenshot I'm saying this all backwards. Share a video, any video from the channel on social media, screenshot it, email it to me, or book a reading before April 13th. And it's for this bone wire wrap ring. These are little bone carved beads. And I'm also going to be making you a specialized spell sachet, as well as giving you some of my own crystals. So you have until April 13th to enter. Do check me out over on Instagram as well, guys. I'm going to be putting a lot more content, new videos, new stuff over there. And that's how I've been, you know, contacting you all and getting your feedback on what kind of videos and stuff you want. So even if you don't use Instagram, it's not a bad place. It's fun, especially right now with all the craziness. So open yourself up to it. Check it out. And leave me some comments over there. DM me some videos you want to see. Also, guys, again, I'm working with Truly Divine. Check out their amazing site. They do astrology, compatibility reports in terms of astrology. They do numerology. They do all these in terms of an analysis, and they send you this really long, really in-depth analysis. The best I've ever gotten for numerology charts, the best I've ever gotten for compatibility, for my natal chart analysis. And I have used so many services, gotten my readings and, you know, charts done by so many people, like in real life as well as on the internet. And they are the best I've ever had, and I don't just, you know, jump into, you know, bed with all these companies that want me to promote this, that, the other thing, but I was super excited when they asked me because their products are incredible. And what they offer is just incredible. So use the code Deku30 to get 30% off. You can use it more than once. You can send it to as many people as you want, and they can all use it as much as they want. And again, enjoy it, guys. They are an incredible service, so definitely use that code. All the info on Truly Divine, and my code is also in the description box below this video, okay? Thank you all so much again for all of your support. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to share it. Hit that wiggly bell in the corner to get notified whenever I go live or post up a reading. Check out your monthlies and have a blessed week, my amazing Virgos. Namaste.